So the wife is 29 and she's upset at her 29-year-old male husband, about not taking her side. Now, the men watching this, they're going to be like, well, we already know. But let's go ahead and talk about it. So yesterday, my wife, married 10 months, came home upset from her doctor's appointment. Long story short, he told her he needs to keep an eye on her weight as it is relayed to me by her from the doctor. Nearing obesity level at 5'7" and 190 pounds, she thought it was unfair for him to get on her about her blood pressure being normal, but on the higher end of normal. So I guess nearing bad. She was heated. He said those things to her. And when she saw I wasn't as upset as she called me on it. I told her that I can't say that the doctor is full of shit if her numbers are what they are. She said I was being unsupportive as a husband and told me not to even suggest a diet or exercise. And she isn't doing either. So homegirl was fed the fuck up. She didn't want to hear it. She was mad. She was offended. She was in her feelings. I'm sure her collar was hot. She was probably sweating up under her armpits after leaving this doctor. However, let's get real. Ma'am, if the doctor hadn't have told you shit and you would have went on and went forward with things and then would have gained more weight and then it been detrimental and he has this on record, people don't have time. The short of the long is this: people don't have time to catch lawsuits because you want to be in your feelings. No, we got to do stuff with protocol, because then you would be trying to sue me or something. And I don't even know if that's some suable shit. But these days, people will try to sue over anything. You seen this? You knew I had this high blood pressure. This was going on. That was going on. You said nothing, and now I'm stroking the fuck out. And it's just like, ma'am, hey Royce. And it's just like, ma'am, stop it, okay? Stop it, because at the end of the day, he said what it is. If you 5'7", 190 pounds, you want him to tell you you 135? Stop it, ma'am. Stop it, stop it. And then you want your husband, maybe he could have said something like, baby, I understand how that could upset you, but it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. What we will do is we'll start going on walks together. He could have said that, but he didn't. And what he did do and say, it wasn't offensive, man. You were offended, okay? You were offended, and you wanted him to be just as delusional as you are. I know it's hard to hear, ma'am, but if you weigh 190 and you're 5'7" and you have high blood pressure or nearing high blood pressure, that's just what the fuck it is. And so if you don't like that, ma'am, my advice would be to you, and this is me doing the very thing that I'm about to tell you to do that you didn't want him to tell you to do, it's exercise. And you could try intermittent fasting. That would be my suggestions to you. Yeah, because this is wild, okay? The doctor said what he said, okay? And either he lying. Now, if he a lie, shame on him. But if he telling the truth, shame on you. Because you can't be getting mad at this doctor because he telling you the truth. And you know good and hell well this is true. Some been telling you for weeks you didn't had high blood pressure. You knew it. That's why you was mad. Like, damn, I was right. I was hoping I was wrong. Ma'am, you don't like it, just go ahead, go to the gym like the rest of us. And if you stop going, if you don't succeed, try again. I do it. Sometimes I stop and then I get right back. Like, let me get my ass back in that gym. It's a part of life. But what we not going to do is act like this man tripping. You tripping. So next scenario. So she, the female, is 29, cheated, and now wants me, the 30-year-old male, to move out of the house and everything else. Hi, everyone. My partner of 11 years separated with me last week. I then found out she's been sending photos to a guy, arranging dates with him, etc. I still live with this woman in a rental that I pay all the rent and bills on. She is also the mother to my 4-year-old daughter. We're not married, by the way, and we're located in the UK. Apparently, the breakup is all my fault. I wasn't there for her, didn't help enough, and wasn't a committed father. I love my daughter to the end of the earth. Admittedly, I could have done more around the house, perhaps, but I also work 8:30 to 6 Monday through Friday and earn six figures a year. So my job is quite demanding, while she works 2 days a week part time. My predicament is she split up with me and now wants me to leave the house. She says that because of the amount of money she earns, it's her only choice, and that if I stay, she will be homeless. And so will my daughter. She cheated on me, separated us after 11 years, broke our family, and now wants me to leave. What on earth do I do? I'm gonna get y'all both together. I'm gonna get y'all both together because okay, let's talk about this. Did she want to get married? Okay, now that doesn't mean that if you don't marry a person, you don't love them or you don't whatever the version. Because for those, if we going off the Priscilla analogy, whatever form of love you think you are expressing, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't necessarily dictate that, but did she want to get married? Because if she did and it's 11 years, there's no marriage, she might be a little salty. Now, so that's your bad if that wasn't communicated because I'm getting to the root of why this woman is cheating. You know, she's coming up with you not available and this, that, and the third. And I get it, you gotta work. Me personally, certain, this is why I say I gotta get at both of y'all and then I gotta express my agreements too. Me personally, I appreciate a man that'll work. I'm not tripping about the hours, but I'm not dismissing the plight of the woman who thinks that's a bit much. So we gonna go on that. So she was complaining she was feeling a type of way, and she went to get in somebody else's arms or whatever. And I get why you would be mad about that. My thing about her is she got a right to be fed up with the situation and move forward. My thing is just tell your man you about to do that though. If you about to move on and you about to say fuck it anyway, right? You done with the relationship. Real talk. Let's talk about it. Let's really, really talk about this and think about this. You done with the relationship, right? You ready to move on. You fed up because he not around. He not paying you the attention. You're not feeling love, hurt, or whatever your complaints are. And then you go to another man. Just go ahead and tell him because you done anyway. But see, people don't want to do that. What they want to do is they want to sneak around and shit because I think halfway they be wanting to stay in a situation, but they want to feel something new. And then they don't want to feel no discomfort. So it's like, I'm going to keep you around. I'm not going to say anything and I'm going to cheat over here and I'm going to hope it's going to be a smooth transition. Like something work out and then I drop. No, it don't work like that. Stop bringing other people in the loop and you not telling everybody what's up because that's how shit be going down. That's how people get hurt. And her putting you out, I don't know. I think that's just her not wanting to face the music or what the hell she did. I really do because your man working and not the lack of attention doesn't mean you go cheat. It means you address and let him know how you feeling. And then and give him a chance to make alterations. Okay. But then if he doesn't make these corrections or alterations, then you bring it to his attention again and let him know I'm warning because I'm gonna start looking elsewhere because you got me feeling like you not in this. You say that. And then after that, you might want to bring it to their attention once again and keep it moving. But don't just be up here cheating and shit. You creeping. And you ain't letting the person know because that's not justified. That's not a justification. So, I think the whole putting you out and shit like that is just not to face the music of the dumb stuff. That's what I think that is. So that's my wrap on that. Next. Boyfriend, which is a 34-year-old male, says he will leave me. I'm the 31-year-old female if I go to therapy. Psh. Now, this already sounds like some shit, don't it? Okay, let's get into it. So my boyfriend, 34, and I, 31, have been together for about 3 months. 3 months. Keep that in mind, okay? 3 months. In different ways, he's shown immaturity, but I've mostly looked past it and kept telling myself nobody's perfect. But yesterday, I walk into my bedroom and he puts his phone to his face and says, "She's coming. I got to call you back." So clearly he wasn't on the phone and was playing a joke about talking to another woman. But in my opinion, it was extremely immature, and I told him it could be considered emotional abuse. So he goes on that he's a jokester and that in every other relationship he's played jokes and it was normal. I tell him, excuse me, my nose is itching. I tell him that a million other women could be okay with his jokes. That doesn't mean that I have to be. He tells me, fine, he'll be serious from now on and not make any more jokes. I responded by telling him I'm going back to therapy. So his response to that was, the day you go back to therapy, let me know because our relationship will be over. I asked him what's the problem with therapy and if he's worried the therapist will help me to realize unhealthy things about our relationship. He says people who go to psychotherapy come out worse and that a stranger shouldn't be giving their opinion on your life or telling you what to do. I know that given the context, me saying that I'm going to therapy may have sounded like a threat, but honestly, I feel like I'm struggling with compromising versus flat out ignoring red flags and the lines have become so blurred. I need someone to help me sort things out. Should such an ultimatum be a deal breaker? Look here, baby. You already know what the fuck is going on. You just said at the end of this shit, I'm ignoring red flags. That's all you need to know. But since you want somebody to be direct to you and tell you what the real is, number one, honey, 3 months. You going back and forth in your mind over this shit over 3 months. Let me tell you something, honey. First of all, his jokes you don't find funny. You feel like he's fucking with you. And see, people who do that, see, they joke and they be serious, but they say it's a joke to soften the blow and get away with it. And they be pressing their limits because they be having their own issues. Okay. Now here's the thing. His funky ass might not like therapy, and that's fine. He has the right to. But the fact that he have an issue with you going to therapy, you didn't say let us go to therapy. You didn't say you got to do this with me. You said you was going, and that lit his flame. He got mad. He almost jumped stupid out his shoes. Girl, bye. I will get the fuck on. Yes, you are ignoring red flags because what person has an issue with you going to therapy? You never said he was going. You said you was going. So what is he mad about? You're right. He probably read. He probably like, oh shit, she gonna get the 411 on my bullshit. But you already know. You don't need a therapist to tell you that. You need a therapist to tell you why you still sticking around in some bullshit like this. That's what you going to that therapist for. You trying to figure out in your mind at what point did you say this was acceptable? Let me stay in it because it just doesn't make any sense. Baby, y'all don't have kids? No, y'all couldn't have kids together 3 months. It's not enough time to make a baby. So there is no reason why you should be sticking with this man and his foolishness. You don't have a child by him, honey. You don't have real estate with him. You don't have nothing with this man but a headache and anxiety. I suggest you keep it moving, honey. Because I'm going to tell you, I could take these men's side and will a lot. But shit like this, I can't take the side of that. I don't even think shit like that is funny. People out here going through something, okay, and they don't have nobody to talk to. And if a therapist is their salvation, I'm all here for it. And I think it's real immature and quite crazy to sit up and make somebody feel like the shit up under your shoe for wanting to go to therapy. That, sir, I cannot deal with. And then you playing like you cheating and all this stuff. What are we in high school, baby? Stop it. Stop it right damn now. You better stop. You better stop. Get rid of that fool, honey. You listen. I gave you that for the free 99. You ain't even got to go to the therapist for them to tell you. You don't even need to know a reason. You already got the reason. The reason is read the shit back, and you'll see your reason why you need to get rid of his ass. Okay, that's it. Okay, because I read it and I want to get rid of him. I don't even know who he is, but I'm shit. It make me want to go around open doors and get rid of some people because that shit is crazy. Sir, what? Okay. Okay. I love when y'all put shit up like this, baby, because I be liking to be able to go in on some bullshit. I do. Hey, I do. And this is the type of bullshit right here that I have to get to the bottom of because that really did something to me. First of all, the first red flag to me was 3 months. We going back 3 months. Sir, I just learned your name and birthday at 3 months. You can easily walk out that door. We good. We good. We good. We not connected like that at 3 months. We not. So I'm not about to go back and forth with you over shit like you playing, you saying you joking, but you not. You serious. You just acting like you joking. And then you up here making fun of me wanting to go to therapy. I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with you. And then what else did he have going on? He was showing immaturity. But I mostly looked past it and kept telling myself nobody's perfect. So basically, you had to rock yourself to sleep after seeing the obvious red flags to stay in a relationship with him. And baby, it's only 3 months and all this shit is going on. Honey, you don't have to hypnotize yourself to stay with this fool. Let him go. It's other people. Please don't live in the spirit of lack. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself because they'll have you dealing with stupid stuff and stupid people. No, absolutely not. Stop moving in lack, okay? There will be somebody else there for you that will meet you where you need to be met at. Now, nobody is perfect. You damn right about that. Nobody is perfect, but we use that too much. We use that to cover too much ignorance. Nobody's perfect, but that shit is ridiculous and it needs to go, honey. It needs to go. What day is your trash day? Put it on the curb and let it go. Okay? Let them come pick it up because that's ridiculous. Ain't nobody what? Baby, it's real life out here. I'm not about to play with you. I am not about to play with you. I'm not going to go back and forth with you. See, I'm the type of person, I'm going to be honest with y'all for real. This right here, and maybe I shouldn't even talk about this shit because it might be triggering me. Maybe the crazy might come out on this camera. But I'm gonna tell y'all about me. I don't have time for this. I don't be around shit like this. I don't because I'm gonna tell you if. So I know this with me, right? When shit really get up under my skin real bad, I have to hit a kill switch on me. I do. I have to hit that kill switch. I have trained myself, and then you might say it's not healthy or whatever. I don't even care. I'm telling you how I operate. I wasn't asking for your cosign on the shit, or I wasn't asking for your permission. I'm just telling you how it works. So I puts the kill switch because of the simple fact what I do not want to do is go crazy. I don't want to lose my mind. I don't want listen, because sometimes you can say shit and do shit that you can never take back. And I just feel like with people you love, you gotta be cool. That's what I feel like. I feel like with people that you love, you have to be cool because certain things that come out your mouth, words are spells. Words do have power, and certain things it's some things you can kind of clean up, but there are certain things you can say. I don't care what nobody say it would never leave that person. So you gotta be cool when you get in that moment of rage, So I don't even like people like this because I don't like nobody playing with me. To me, you're playing with me. Now that's gonna make me act a fool. And so I don't put myself in predicaments or around people that will bring that out of me because I don't need it in my life. I'm just trying to be cool. But this man right here, he ain't trying to be cool. He want to smoke. And baby, I'm telling you, you need to be putting his ass out on the curb for trash day because he sound ridiculous as fuck. Now we going to the next one. I didn't say all I could say about that. So the female's 29. The 29-year-old female called me, 30-year-old male, a pussy when my dog died. Is it over? Is it? Is it Billy? Is it over? We don't know his name, but I just call him Billy. I've had this dog for 10 plus years since he was a puppy. It was time to put him down as he was old and very sick. It was very sad, as you can imagine. This dog was like a family member to me. His loyalty was second to none. While I was mourning his loss in the days ahead, I occasionally cried, expecting my girlfriend of 3 years to maybe comfort me. She instead told me to get over it and stop being a pussy, man up. It was just a dog. This caught me by surprise, not knowing what to say. I was just like, yeah, you're right, but now I can't even look at her the same way. I thought I was going to marry this woman. The feelings I had for her just seemed to disappear. I almost feel nothing when I look at her. I don't know if this feeling will pass and I will regain the love for her or if there really isn't anything there anymore. I haven't told her, but maybe there isn't fixing this and this relationship is doomed. I'm not sure how to move forward. So let me make this disclaimer before I go in on this shit here. Um, I'm not the type of person that just hold up one. Y'all will think because I say stuff, you might think, oh, she tearing down women or this, she not empowering women, and it's not that. And I don't hold no bar for either sex, so I address them accordingly and appropriately. And in this regard, this woman is out of order. First of fucking of all, just because you don't value animals or you don't have the same connection as animals as your spouse would, does not mean that you make them feel like shit for caring about their animal. Okay, that is a loss. This man lost his dog. Whether you understand it or not, you can kind of wrap your head around loss. Okay, so he lost his dog, and for you to call him a pussy because the fact that he had a connection to his dog as he should, because dogs are like part of the family, bimbo. You get mad at him and call him a pussy because he mourning? Girl, that's crazy. So I want to know what type of man this woman wants. She wants the type that's gonna go upside her head. I'm just asking, is that what she likes? Because it's nothing wrong with him expressing his feelings in this matter. It's not. And sometimes we got to get out of our own way and out of our feelings and actually be attentive to the feelings of our partner. Even when we don't understand it, we can do the best we can. Try your hardest. Okay. And I just feel like that goes both ways. And in this instance, she wasn't trying to do a damn thing. She wasn't trying to understand nothing. She wasn't trying to be cool. No, she made this man feel like nothing and demeaned him because he had the nerve to give a damn about his dog being put down. Now, you know that is crazy. You know that is crazy. Baby, I'm going to tell you something. This episode has been every bit of love, sex, and scandal, hasn't it? Woo-wee! It's been some shit, though. Think about it. People are unbelievable. People are so unbelievable. Like, the stubbornness of folks to just refuse to try to have a little bit of empathy, sympathy. Instead, we have apathy. It's really interesting, and it's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. My condolences goes out to this man about his dog. I definitely understand. Especially even so, I took care of a dog for over a week or two. And I had to eventually turn her into the pound, and I felt the type of way about that. And that wasn't my dog. I have two dogs, and I felt the type of way with that. But realistically, I could not house a third dog and continue to feed a third dog and take the dog to the vet and all of that stuff, all of the care that dogs need. You know, I can't do all of that, the groom or whatever. So it was unrealistic to keep her, and I had to give her away. I had to give her to the proper authorities that could assist her to the best of their ability because I couldn't do it. So I definitely get you having a dog over 10 years and having to put it down and being emotional about that. And for her to just demean and dismiss the situation is utterly ridiculous. And if you ended it, sir, you will be well within your right, because unless you want to marry an insensitive woman, then I say keep it going. But if that seems to have bothered you, that she was being insensitive, I say yes, the damn sure is over. How else and what else do you need to know? That's what I say. And I thank you for sharing the damn story. I appreciate it. And I hope I was able to help whoever this was that posted this, because that was some shit. But all of them that I read was some shit.